I just have 5 simple reading goals for 2026, and stay tuned towards the end of the video where I share my theme for 2026. Let's get into it. Hi, stranger dangers from the internet. I'm Princess, and welcome to my channel where we judge books, not people. If you're new here, great. I'm new here too. And I just wanted to take some time to really go over just a few of the goals that I have this year that are a little bit more substantial than just an arbitrary number. And that's what we're going to get into. Let's get started. So, goal number 1, I really want to get into thrillers. It hasn't really been my thing in the past, but this past year, 2025, I read, I think, 2 or 3 thrillers, and they were good. They were really good. They were really interesting, really entertaining. But I usually don't go for thrillers because they're a bit, I don't want to say superficial, but not as deep. It's not as character driven. It's more plot and action. And that's fine. It just hasn't been my thing in the past. But I had such a really good time with those other books. And I really want to get more into having something other than romance. And I love a good romance. But as a palate cleanser, if you will, sometimes I don't want a deep read. I do have some thrillers that I'm really excited about that are already on my TBR. Here's a list of the few. And if you have any recommendations that you think are just like excellent thrillers, easy to get into for new thriller readers like myself, please leave a comment down below. Moving on to goal number 2. Okay, so goal number 2 is a little bit more fun. I have this growing TBR list full of classic literature that I've been meaning to get to for years. And it's not that I'm not interested in these classics books, it's just a lack of urgency. There's all of these other new books, and there's just more excitement and more hype around these books. And my classics just get pushed to the side. And this year, I really want to focus on reading the books that have a little more history to them, the classics, getting to those. But again, the thought is the picture of Dorian Gray, it's not going anywhere. Like Anna Karenina, it's not going anywhere. There's no sense of urgency. There's no, like, I have to read it this week, this month. And I just been putting it off. That stops this year. I got into Jane Eyre, which I absolutely loved this past December. And it was phenomenal. And that really got, like a kickstart energy, a sense of excitement about, wow, I really want to get back into my classic literature. And Jane Eyre really did it for me. And so 2026 classic literature, it's on the books. I'm doing it. I'm excited. Goal number 3 is going to be getting into historical romances. I love a good romance, but typically I lean towards contemporary romances. They're a little bit more interesting and less cringe. Historical romances, I don't know, maybe in the past they've been, and I'm usually judging just off of the cover, right? They've been cringy, they've been so cheesy. And I just haven't been interested in those. But this year, I really want to get into some historical romances. Not so much Bridgerton, but in that era, if you will. I really want to be swooned. I want a little bit more yearning. So, historical romances, here are two that I really want to get into. Now, hear me out. Beverly Jenkins, right? I want to get into Beverly Jenkins. If you've read any of her books, let me know. But I've read a couple of her synopses, and I gotta tell you, they they seem a bit harsh for romance. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really like, the Civil War, lynching, Massa sold my husband, I gotta find my man love stories. Those type of struggle love stories don't really do it for me. And Beverly Jenkins seems to do that. But I really want to get more into historical fiction, but still have, a black author or BIPOC author. If you know of any Beverly Jenkins that is still historical romance, but not so struggle love, you let me know. Leave a comment down below. I would love to give some of her books a try, a read, if you will. But other than that, yeah, I'm just looking for just straightforward, regular struggle love. I don't want anyone on the run. I don't want any lynching. I don't want anybody being sold. That's just not my cup of tea with my romance. If that's what you like, do you. I love that for you. I know Beverly Jenkins is like the GOAT when it comes to black historical romances. But I don't know. Again, leave a comment down below. Am I on the right track with Beverly Jenkins? Goal number 4, Stephen King. I know, as a reader, I feel like I'm missing out. I really do, honestly. I was supposed to read a Stephen King, never read a Stephen King book, but I really want to, but he terrifies me, okay? I was supposed to read a Stephen King book last September, October sometime, and I just chickened out. I did. I just chickened out. I got so scared. The book was The Shining. All right. I don't know if that's like the best book to start off with Stephen King. I don't know. I definitely don't want to start with it. I don't want to do Pet Cemetery. None of those, right? I want to read one good starter Stephen King book. And I just got scared, really scared. I'm easily terrified with Stephen King. But this year, I really want to give him at least one book, at least one try. I just don't know where to start. If you have a good recommendation for a first time Stephen King reader that I can like ease my way into, and I'm not going to get too caught up with reading him late at night, you let me know. Leave a comment down below. Where should I start with Stephen King? What's the best time of year? I tried last fall. It didn't go well, right? It did not go well for me. So, yeah, 2026, I want to read my first Stephen King book. Last, not least, memoirs. I don't really know why. I mean, I do. Actually, I do know why I haven't been into memoirs. Um, I just, I just feel like I have my own issues. You know what I mean? I have my own problems, and reading about someone else's real life issues is a lot heavier than fictional, and I just never really felt mentally stable enough to read someone else's problems when I have my own. But this year, I really want to give memoirs a shot. I think the only memoir I've ever read was Maya Angelou, Why the Bird Sings, Why the Cage Bird Sings. That's what it is. And it was phenomenal. It was amazing. that was a delicious book. But outside of that, I don't care about the depth of someone else's struggles. I just haven't been able to do that. But this year, I want to give it a shot. I really want to dive a little bit deeper. I'm fine with reading nonfiction, but memoirs, my God, I don't know. Just something about it just makes my eyes want to roll in the back of my head. But I do have a short list of memoirs that I want to get to. I know I keep looking off camera because I'm facing the window and birds are flying around and it's really nice out. So sorry about that. I really feel like I can do that. I think I just have like 10 memoirs that I want to get into. And here's a few here that I am excited, that I'm actually excited about. If you have some that sound really good to you or that you have read, leave me a short list in the comments section of what memoirs you think I should get into in 2026. So, the reading theme that I have for 2026 is being mindful, not just in a generic way, but really paying attention to what I'm reading and why I'm reading it. 2025, I really got influenced, right? Like, I was really reading a lot of books that I really had to figure out, am I reading this because I really want to read it, or am I reading this because someone told me to and I don't really care, and I don't really have any genuine excitement or interest in this book or even in this subgenre. Romantasy. And I really want to focus and ask myself that question often throughout the year. Every book, every time I pick up a book, am I reading this because I'm influenced to read it, or am I reading this because I have a genuine curiosity, a genuine excitement to read this book? That's the thing. I found myself in the later half of 2025 really asking myself this question: do I even like this book? Do I even want to be here? Do I even want to be in this genre? Why am I reading this book? And so, yeah, that's the theme. That's the theme that I want to take throughout the entire year. Every book that I pick up. And I'm not saying I'm not going to, expand my reading and be diversified. I absolutely want to try different books, different genres, but that doesn't mean I give up my sense of not necessarily identity, but my core of what I like, rather than being influenced to read something that it's just hype, reading something that just has a lot of attention. That I'm being mindful about. And that's it. Those are my reading goals for 2026. I am excited about this channel. I know it's new. I know I'm new. I know I'm not, polished or anything like that. But leave a comment down below about your 2026 reading goals, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.